Hello everyone and welcome back to Odooistic. Today we are going to build something that Odoo users always ask for, especially in real businesses where pricing is not just set once and forget. In many companies, salespeople negotiate prices on the spot. Managers want control and finance want visibility. And the default Odoo flow can feel a bit slow because it relies on classic server-side wizards and refresh cycles. So in this video, we are going to create a modern price override wizard using OWL, and it will run as a dynamic pop-up, meaning we open it instantly from the sale order. We select a pricing method, we apply discounts, and most importantly, we will see a live preview of totals before we actually apply nothing. So here's a real life problem. A salesperson is on a call with a customer and they say, can you give me a 10% off on the whole order? Can you apply a discount only on specific lines? Can you override the price using a new pricing method? What will be total after discount, including taxes, before I confirm? So in default, Odoo, we can do discounts, sure, but the experience is not always smooth. We often change lines, save, recalculate, sometimes refresh, sometimes totals update later, and sometimes the salesperson is not sure what will happen until after the action is done. So what we will build is a professional pop-up wizard that behaves like a mini application inside Odoo. Select the pricing mode, bulk discount percentage on all the lines. Show a live preview, untaxed amount, tax total, and if you want, even margin impact later. All of this happens before applying it. So the user can confidently say, yes, with 10% discount, your total becomes exactly this much. And this is where OWL makes a huge difference, because instead of creating a classic transient model wizard with a standard form view, we will use OWL with dialog service, meaning no slow refresh loops, live state updates, instant validations, and a clean modern UI. Also, the best part is the pattern is reusable. Once you learn it today, you can build artwork approval wizards, mass update wizards, purchase negotiation wizards, approval pop-ups, and many more. So if you want to become a real Odoo custom developer, not just someone who edits fields and view, this video is going to teach you a very special practical skill. Now let's start by defining what we want. We want a new button on sale order called something like price override. When we click it, it opens the OWL model. Inside the model, we select pricing options, enter a discount percentage, and instantly see the recalculated totals. When we click apply, it updates the sale order lines and close the wizards, and the order totals reflect the new roles. So let's just jump into the code and build this properly step by step. Right, guys, so let's start creating the module. So we are creating a new folder here and called it Odooistic Price Override Wizard. Let's create. Right, so we are just going to create a manifest file first. So these are the contents for the manifest file, and this is the module name that appears inside Odoo apps here, Odooistic Price Override Wizard in bracket OWL. Version we are targeting Odoo 19, and we follow semantic versioning 19.0.1.0.0. 19 is the Odoo version and 1.0.0 is module release structure. Then it comes to category. This helps Odoo classify the module in apps under sales. Then summary, short description shown under module name in apps. Author, I have just written Odooistic. Our branding license LGPL3 means open source, can be modified, can be redistributed, commercially friendly. We talk about dependency after that, and in this module we are depending on sale and web because we extend sale.order, sale.order.line and sale order form view. Without this the module cannot work. Then the web, because we are using OWL components, dialog service, backend assets, and JavaScript logic. If we remove web, the OWL pop-up will never load. The next thing is data. So here you can see in security who can access models and read, write, create, delete permissions. Then views, we have got 2 files in views which we are going to create. So let's create this one first, which we will be in our views. We create new file, and the second one also. Okay, manifest file spellings. Let me just. And the second file in views is this one. All right. So this file adds a price override button, inherits sale order form view, connects button to client action. Without this file, no button, no wizard, and no functionality. Then the second file is price override wizard views, the client action, how JS is triggered, and action binding logic is there. After that, this bit, line number 15 to line number 21, assets. So this is the most important modern part. We are injecting front-end code into web.assets_backend. And first file, price override underscore action.js, registers the client action, opens the OWL dialog, and passes order ID to the pop-up. Then this is the door opener you can do. You can just think about it. Second is price override dialog.js. This bit contains the OWL component, manages state, calls ORM, computes live preview, applies discount. Think of it as the brain of the wizard. And the last bit is price underscore override underscore dialog.xml. It defines the UI layout, inputs, buttons, live, totals, display. Think of it as the design layer. And the final flags is installable and application. One is true, one is false. So installable is true, means the module can be installed. If false, it won't appear in apps. Second, application is false. It's not a standalone app. It is an extension module. If true, it would appear like a big app icon on dashboard. Right, so after manifest file, what we are going to do, we are going in models and we are going to add the content of a sale order inheritance file. And also in this init file, we need to add the footprints of all these files which we are adding. One is sale order and second is price override wizard. Right, guys, so let me just explain the content of this sale order file. We are actually not creating a new model. Actually, here we are extending the existing, which is sale order here. That's why we have just written underscore inherit. That means we add new methods, we reuse Odoo's standard logic, we integrate seamlessly into sales, and this is the correct way to customize Odoo. Never rewrite core models. After that, opening the wizard, this is the method to do that. And self.ensure underscore one guarantees the method runs on exactly one record, prevents multi-record errors, and safer for form buttons. This part actually returns a window action. Type is ir.type actions.act underscore window. This tells Odoo open a window. Res underscore model is actually price dot override dot wizard, which we are going to create in another file. Open it as a form. We are just saying open it as a form. Very important. This means open as a model pop-up, not full page. And then context we are passing as default underscore order underscore id is self dot id. This automatically sets the wizards sale underscore order sale underscore order underscore id field. This is how data flows from sale order to wizard. And then preview logic live calculations here we are doing in this model, in this method. This method is called from OWL via ORM RPC, does not write anything, only simulates totals, returns calculated values. This is what makes live preview possible. So in here, order line number 24 to line number 26, browse fetches record exists, ensures it really exists, prevents crashes, good defensive programming. And discount logic, we are applying it here. Convert to float, limit between 0% and 100%, convert discount into multiplier. And after that, manual tax recalculation, very important part, is here for line in order dot line underscore id. So this line, we ignore section lines, note lines. We only compute real product lines. And this bit compute taxes properly here. What this is doing, instead of guessing tax, we use Odoo's internal tax engine. This respects fiscal position, tax inclusions, tax rounding, and currency rules as well. Then currency rounding, this line, which is amount underscore, not this one, this one. So this line number 52, we round based on currency dot rounding, and this ensures correct financial precision, no floating errors, same behavior as Odoo totals. Very important for production systems. And then return preview data from line number 56 to line number 63. We return everything OWL needs to render: discount, percentage, untaxed, tax total, currency formatting info. This feeds the front end. This is clean separation. Backend is equal to logic. And apply discount right to database, which is this one, this method. This is actually commit method. It actually modifies the sale order. We again check order exists, clamp discount between 0 to 100, never trust front end input. And we update then sale order dot line discount for all internal lines, clean and efficient. One right call. And then final return is this one. This tells OWL operation completed. Front end can then close dialog, reload view, and show notification. Right. So now it's the time to get content and talk about this file price underscore override underscore wizard dot py. So these are the contents. So we use transient model. This means temporary records, auto cleaned by Odoo, perfect for wizards, no long-term no long-term storage in database. And this is the correct model type for pop-up forms. Second, order underscore id. This is the field, links wizard to sale order, required, read only, user cannot change it, passed through context. This is the bridge between sale order to wizard. Then discount underscore percent, user enters discount here. Default is 10%, required field. This drives the preview calculation. Currency underscore id, line number 12, and inherits currency from sale order, ensures preview shows correct currency, no manual input needed. Then computed monetary fields. These three fields are computed fields. Use underscore compute preview. Here we are computing this field. Currency field is currency ID and or read only. Then the dependency declaration. After that, if you see API dot depends, So in here, discount changes, lines are added or removed, quantity changes, price changes, taxes changes. This makes the wizard reactive. Then we are computing here for wizard in self. So supports multi-record compute, standard Odoo pattern. Here, if no order prevents crash, keeps wizard safe. And then discount calculation, which is here for line. Let me just this one ignores section lines, note lines, only product lines are calculated. Then here, line number 36, fiscal positions, tax inclusion or exclusion, currency rounding rules, and this is production grade tax calculations. Then wizard dot amount here, line number 46 and line number 48 uses currency dot rounding, ensures financial precision, no floating point errors, and matches Odoo totals exactly. Then the apply method, action underscore apply here. So this is the common action. Ensure single record, which is self dot ensure underscore one, save wizard execution, validate discount, which is on line number 52, never trust UI input. Write discount is basically line number 3 to line number 4, updates all product lines, single write call efficient, and reload the view. The last line is basically closes wizard, reloads the sale order form, shows updated totals, and clean UX behavior. So this wizard uses transient model for temporary logic, computes previews safely using Odoo tax engine, respects currency precision, writes discount efficiently, reloads view cleanly. Right. So after the model file, we are going to move in security file, which is here. And let me just add the contents here. So this file defines who can access your model, what operations they can perform. And without this file, users may get access error, wizard may not open, write operations may fail. Security is a mandatory in Odoo. So first of all, the line number 1 is the header line. This defines the structure of the access rule. Each column has a specific purpose. And then here you can see the ID. This is the internal XML ID, must be unique, used for reference, and naming convention. Clean and professional naming should be there. After that, the name, human readable name of the rule, mostly for clarity and debugging, which is here. And after that, model underscore ID. Odoo automatically generates this links the access rule to the correct model. After that, group underscore ID, which is here. So only users in this group can access the wizard. Group salesperson. If a user is not in the group, they cannot use the price override wizard. And after that, permissions. I have given permissions 1, 1, 1, 1. 1 is allowed, 0 is not allowed. So can view wizard, can modify fields, can create wizard record, and can delete wizard record. So why full access is fine here? Because this is wizard temporary, auto cleaned, no permanent business data. So after the security file, we are moving our focus to source. So in source, let's create 2 folders. One is JS and one I want to create XML. And in JS, this XML is in source. So in JS, let's create a new file named as price underscore override underscore action.js. And contents I should write here. These are the content. So the line number 1, basically this tells Odoo this is a modern JS module. Use ES module system, bundle it inside web.assets underscore backend. Without this, Odoo won't load it properly. Line number 3 and line number 4 actually registry used to register client actions, views, services, field widgets. Here we use it to register a custom action. And then price override dialog. So here, this is our OWL component. This file does not render UI itself. It only opens the dialog component. Think of the file as the entry point. Function here. This function actually runs when the sale order button triggers a client action. Odoo executes action with tag Odooistic underscore price underscore override underscore wizard dot action. And env actually, if you this env and action, so env actually Odoo environment services ORM dialog notification, or an action is like action definition coming from backend. Then we are extracting the sale order ID, and we are doing in here line number 7. So this safely retrieves the sale order ID from different possible places. So why multiple checks? Because depending on how the action is triggered, the ID might be in action.parameter, action.context, action.res underscore ID. And then these are just for the safety check. If ID is missing, show red notification, stop execution. And after that, open the OWL dialog, which we are getting at line number 16. So this is the code line. What happens here? Uses Odoo dialog service, opens a model pop-up, injects OWL component, passes props to component, and order ID becomes a prop inside. This is how backend data reaches front end. So if you just like here, and then registering the action, which we are doing here, line number 1920. This registers the action inside Odoo and means we are registering a client action. And this string must match the tag defined in the XML action. So XML to JS to OWL dialog. And now the next file we are going to create in JS again, and we call it, just give me a minute. So we call it price underscore override underscore dialog dot JS. These are the contents of the file. And now we are talking about these 3 lines, line number 1, 3, and 4. So component base class for OWL components, use state, retrieve, reactive state, when state changes, UI updates automatically. And on will start is a lifecycle hook, runs before component renders. And then use service is actually access Odoo services like ORM, action, dialog, notification, etc. Then a second important part of this file is if we just start from here, line number 6 to line number 11. So this is basically component definition, template plus props. This links the component to our QWeb OWL XML template, static source XML price underscore override underscore dialog dot XML, and props are values passed from the dialog opener. Order ID, for example, is sale order ID required, and then close is actually injected by Odoo dialog service, imported in Odoo 19. That close prop is what actually closes the pop-up. Then set up these 3 lines. ORM service used to call Python methods via RPC. ORM.call model method argument quarks, basically action service used to trigger Odoo UI actions like reload or open views. Then reactive state, line number 17 to line number 22. This controls everything in the dialog. Discount is current, discount input, loading, show spinner, or disable button, backend totals response, Untaxed text total, and then error message for UI. Then we have got these lines. So basically, these are loading preview automatically lifecycle. Before the dialog renders for the first time, it loads preview values. A result user opens a pop-up and instantly sees total. Then these lines fetch preview live totals from backend. So this calls our Python method model sale.order method price underscore override underscore preview, and arguments we are passing order ID and discount. Backend returns amount untaxed, amount underscore tax, and amount underscore total, currency symbol or position. If backend returns error, we show it in the dialog instead. Then these lines are actually ensures 2 decimal places, uses backend currency info. These lines, so it formats correctly, like 123.45 pounds before, and then after 123.45 euros. So this is important because different currencies display it differently. And then here on discount input, live recalculation reads user input, clamps 0 to 100, calls fetch preview again. That's our live preview behavior. And then this close dialog safely. In Odoo, dialog close is injected by the dialog service. Calling it closes the model. And then apply write discount plus reload. So here, this calls our backend commit method, writes discount on all product lines, returns a success or error. And then after that, we are closing pop-up, reload sale order screen, so totals update immediately. So let's create a new file in XML now, called as not this one. So price underscore override underscore dialog dot XML. And the content of that file will be here. Right. So line number 1 and line number 2, basically this is an OWL QWeb template file. Templates wraps all front-end templates, and XML space preserve keeps formatting intact. Line number 4, this is a template name. This name must match static template is Odooistic underscore price and all the name. So this connects actually JS component to XML template. If names don't match, dialog won't render. Then this div class standard Odoo dialog container styling. And then this is header div. What happens here? Title of the pop-up, close button, T on click close calls the JS method. And then this close closes the dialog using the injected close pop-up. Then error display section. After that, here, this renders only if this dot state dot error is set, and T hyphen escape safely escapes text prevents XSS. This is the dynamic error rendering. Then pricing mode info, which is pricing mode, which is this one, this div. Currently information only, designed for future expansion, so nothing much. Then discount input field is basically here. This is the live discount input. Important bindings are T hyphen AT, T hyphen value is state dot discount, binds input value to OWL reactive state. And then T on input is on discount input when user types calls, on discount input which updates state, calls backend preview, re-renders totals, and this creates real-time behavior. TATT hyphen disabled is state dot loading, is basically disables input while loading, prevents multiple RPC calls. After that, live preview section, live preview here shows a heading, and then this bit appears while backend RPC is running. Conditional preview is a T if state.preview if backend return data shows total, otherwise T else will work. Then total layout, just a second. Bootstrap grid layout each row, and div class call -7 untaxed amount, this one. This section, so this section basically is a JS method. Format money is a JS method, and it adds currency symbol, respects symbol position, formats decimal. UI does not calculate anything, it only displays backend data. And then footer, here model -footer closes dialog. Standard Odoo model footer layout this is, and it also contains cancel button which close the dialog, disabled while loading, and apply button will initiate the apply method, calls backend apply method, closes dialog, and reloads sale order. Okay, and now let's create the views files. This is the file we are going to create, and contents will be here. So first of all, this is the standard Odoo form view. For the transient visit, price.override.wizard. It defines how the pop-up form looks when opening using ir.actions.act_window. And view definition, we are doing line number 3. This is the ID, internal identifier, and we are defining a UI view. Then model connection we are doing in here, price.override.wizard. So this view renders that model. And then form architecture in here. This defines price override, create is 0, cannot manually create new wizard records. Edit is 1, so user can modify fields. Delete is 0, cannot delete wizard from UI. Then of course, this is the first group. Shows sale order read only, discount, percentage editable. This is the input section. And then live preview group is the second one. Displays computed values, untaxed amount, tax total, all read only. These fields update automatically because they are computed in Python. And then footer buttons here. One button name is action apply, string is apply discount, second is cancel. So closes the wizard, the cancel button, no backend call, standard cancel behavior, and apply button applies the discount, primary button styling. So this is this file. So now it's time to create second view file, which is this one, sale order views. Content of that file are here. And what is this file? This is a view inheritance file, and it modifies the existing sale order form view and adds a new button, price override. So view record definition we are doing in line number 3 creates a new view. Model ir.ui.view, we are defining a UI modification. ID unique identifier, target model sale.order. And view inheritance we are doing here, where we are giving inheritance underscore ID. So do not replace the original view, extend the existing sale order form, safely inject new elements, and this is the correct way to customize Odoo views. Then XML modification, that's why this line is, and then we are doing XPath. This means find the header section of the sale order form, insert content inside it. The header is where confirm button, send by email, other actions buttons exist. So we are adding our button alongside standard Odoo buttons. And the button is, this is the button name, which is price override. So that will trigger the method action underscore open price override wizard. Call a Python method on the current record. The label shown on the button makes it styled as a primary action button. And visible condition is, this means the button only appears when the sale order is in draft or quotation sent mode. It will not appear when confirmed, done, or cancelled. So yeah, so this is this file. Okay, so I believe everything we have done, except let me just add a module icon. So let me just add this icon in static in description. It's fine. So this is the icon which we have already saved it, and let's restart our module now. Restart our Odoo service. And this is our Odoo 19 UI. This is Odoo 19 Enterprise Edition, not Community, but it doesn't matter if you're using Enterprise or Community version. So go in Apps. Before activate your developer mode, and what we do, we just copy this module and also click Apps and update apps list. So we can see Odooistic price override wizard automatically. We have seen it. Click activate. And if everything goes well, our module will be installed. So that's it. If we go in sales and create a new sale order. So first we will click on customer and then we add a product. So let's suppose we call this chair. We get plenty. And we can see that 157.60 is the amount. Untaxed amount is 157 and tax is 15%. So this is what we are getting here. So let's click price override. When we do that, this beautiful dialog has appeared and automatically 10% has been applied discount. So we don't want to apply a discount. So we can see and match our figures. So we can see that 157.60 is fine. Amount tax is 23.64 is fine. And altogether amount total is 181.24 is all good. So now what we want to do, we just add 15% discount and click here. So it will apply to everything now. And then once we click on apply discount, voila, that discount will be applied here automatically. Guys, let's suppose, imagine if we have added 200 lines here, and on each line we are adding discount 10%, that's 10%, 10%. But instead, we have just created this bit, and now we can just add that discount simultaneously. Let me just create a new sale order for new example. Let's add a product. So if you can see this 894 and tax is also applied. So just remove the tax if you want. Remove it. And now it's no tax, just 884. Now we click price override here. So we see there is no tax automatically, and automatically 10% has been applied. We don't want it. So you can see 894. Now let's suppose we want to apply 20%. So that 20% has been applied. Click apply discount and voila, it has been applied. Guys, so smooth, so simple, so sleek design. It's not basic design. It's not basic customization. Guys, this is a proper work, proper hardcore development. And this can help you in a long way. You can do lots of things from this, guys. Really proud to show you this work, guys. And that's it. We have just built a complete price override wizard in Odoo 19. Not just a simple discount button, uh, but a properly structured module that includes backend business logic, secure access control, view inheritance, and a modern OWL dialog with live preview. This is how real Odoo custom development should look. We didn't hack totals, we didn't bypass text logic, we didn't manually calculate random numbers. We used Odoo's text engine, proper currency rounding, clean separation between backend and frontend, and modern OWL architecture. This is the difference between basic customizations and professional implementation. Now you understand how to extend sale.order, how to build a transient wizard, how to build OWL dialog, how to connect Python, JavaScript, XML, and how to design something scalable for real business use. And remember, this pattern is reusable. You can now build approval pop-ups, artwork, approval dialogues, multi-step wizards, pricing engines, margin protection systems, manager approval workflows. So once you understand this structure, you're no longer just customizing Odoo, you're engineering it. If you found this helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to Odooistic, and comment below what you want to build next. For custom Odoo development, if you need professional Odoo customizations for your business, feel free to contact at odooistic.co.uk. Support the channel if you would like to support Odooistic and help us continue creating advanced technical content. You can reach out at farooqabizrajput@gmail.com. Your support truly means a lot and helps us build more highly quality Odoo tutorials. Until then, keep building, keep learning, and keep mastering Odoo. See you in the next one.